Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading. This is a general reading meant for those of you with your sun in Taurus, moon, or Venus in Taurus, as well as Taurus rising. If you're not sure of your planetary placements, you can search on the internet for free natal chart and input your information. And if you can include your time and location of birth, then it'll let you know your rising sign, which would be useful in this reading, because when I refer to houses, your first house, second house, third house, that will be based on a rising sign of Taurus. Remember, this is a general reading. It's not meant for individual messages that are one-on-one personal messages. These are more general, but if you do connect with something or even all of this reading, then please use it as it resonates with you. I hope that it helps you with some insight and helps you move through this last week of May more easily. I've already pre-shuffled the cards. I'm going to cut them a couple of times here, and we'll start the reading. Spirit, help us connect with Taurus energy, and please send messages for Taurus for this last week of May. Okay, I'll lay out 5 cards first, and that's going to be your general reading, and then we'll do clarification cards as needed. Oh, look there. Well, of course, Taurus, you're an earth sign, so we have all these pentacles. Pentacles, sometimes called coins in certain decks, are earth energy. And then you've got 2 swords, air energy. Oh, and then the cups. Happy ever after, here with the, fulfillment. So this is with water energy. This is such a positive reading, such a positive reading. And really, I'm not surprised, given that you had so much activity in your first house all last month. And some of it is still going on. As a matter of fact, let's talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of giving and sharing and generosity and grand gestures, about expansion and growth. And that just entered your first house. It's in Taurus now, starting May 17th. So it's been there about a week or so. And in your first house, we're talking about your how others identify you, your outward identification and your outward self. In other words, if someone were to say, well, what do you think of Taurus? Or how would you describe Taurus? It's what they would say about you, about your appearance, your attitude, your character, first impressions. But it's your identity that you project outward to the world. So, and then your sun sign in Taurus would be your inward identity, your self-identity, how you see yourself, how you think you come across and present yourself to the world. So you've had that major activity, and that activity that started a week ago. You had a new moon in your sign, a new moon in Taurus, in your first house if you have Taurus rising. So again, you are focusing on, maybe you set some intentions about your appearance, attitude. Maybe you want to do a little bit of a glow up, as they say these days, reinvent yourself for first impressions, your outward ID. So you had that energy. The sun just moved out of your sign. And in fact, Sun and Mars just moved into your second house. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, very interesting. So let's get here with the reading. In this first area here, this is your current energy, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, Queens and Kings, those 2 court cards are the masters, the essence of their element, whereas Kings express the essence of, the King of Pentacles would express his essence of earth energy outward towards his kingdom. The Queen expresses her mastery of the element toward her domicile. So in the Queen's case here, literally would be her castle, those that work for her, or her loved ones, her friends that visit, anyone that's in her area, and also on herself. So what is that, the type of energy that Pentacles have? Well, Pentacles are earth energy, as I mentioned, and it represents your resources, your material resources, your security, your work, your environment. It's all of the mundane matters, the earthly matters. So the queen, she keeps a good home. She maintains a good home, and she makes sure that everybody is well provided for in that home. And this is your current energy. So it looks like you are really manifesting your essence in a way. And this, it's interesting because since you have this thing that occurred, this Jupiter that just entered your first house, this is very much about that, about your essence, your elemental essence. And then let's move over here to the Eight of Pentacles. This is where Spirit wants you to focus. So here's the energy that surrounds you, and Spirit wants you to narrow that Pentacles energy down to work. And it looks like they're telling you to find work that you love. Either right now focus on a hobby that brings you to life and puts a sparkle in your eye, or find something about your work. If it's moving to another job, that might be involved here. That doesn't happen all of the time. So it could just be that you seek out projects in your workplace that you think will be intriguing and that you would be good at and that you would love to work at. So that's what Spirit is telling you to focus on, to narrow down all of this, the mundane applications that you are so good at, and focus pretty much on your work. How you get your salary, or how you produce and generate your income. Now, in the House of Surprises, we have the Queen of Swords. And what is she? What's her element? How does she show the essence of her element? Well, that's the air element, the swords are. And the air element, the swords, reflect or focus on character, your principles, communication, but especially truth. Out of all of the swords in the suit, the queen is most interested in transparency and truth and clear vision, clear thinking. That's very important to her. And she holds that sword pointed to Spirit, because she is committed. She's committed to her path, and to make sure that truth and clarity are used to maintain her environment and to enhance and for the best of everybody. Now, this is in your area of unexpected events, of surprises. So that tells me, just a minute, it tells me that you're going to uncover or realize, maybe not anything as dramatic as uncovering or revealing, but you may realize a very important truth that's going to surprise you, and it's going to affect your work. When we clarify, we'll get more information that'll lead us towards specifics there. Okay, then we have the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords can be criticized for being impulsive, and Taurus is not an impulsive sign. So this goes a little bit against your grain. The Knight of Swords also likes to move quickly. Do you see how he's moving it against the wind here, see the trees are bent that way, and the clouds are blowing that way, but there he goes, charging forward, holding his sword of truth. The Knights are full of energy and activity. They love activity, and they want to spur you on. This is a message from Spirit here. This particular area is all about messages from Spirit. And it seems like that Spirit may, Taurus, you're very patient and you're organized. You like to be organized before you start something, and you're reliable, and you're hardworking. That's one of your characteristics. But you don't always have an urgency about you that, well, as you can see, you've got Gemini here. Gemini, quick thinker, quick talker, impulsive in their choices, and that's very much here. The Knights go out on quests, and they learn things from their quests. They're sort of like an extreme version of a scout for a wagon train. They go out and they find out things, or a scout for a spaceship. Off they go. They find out things and come back and report to help improve this whatever knowledge that the captain or the master needs in order to make some decisions. So because of their role, they sort of act as a guide sometimes. They like to guide you based on what they know. Well, go here, go there. Oh, no, let's not go that way. That's going to be a dead end. So that's what this sword is here for. And it looks like the Spirit may want you to step out of character a little bit at least, and do some, maybe follow an impulse, an intuition that comes to you. We'll see when we clarify. And now this is nice. You've got this over here in your area of possible outcomes. And it's the Nine of Cups. This is your fulfillment of happiness, happiness and love right here. The water signs, they are very much about love and emotion. And here you have 9 cups that are full of love and emotion, romance and creativity. So this tells me that all of the good energy that we have over here, I want you to notice you're starting with a golden sky, and your possible outcome at the end of May is a golden sky. So you have these, the Nine of Cups are also, the nines are about fulfillment in general. So this Nine of Cups means you're going to be fulfilled in those areas that I just spoke of. So now let's get some clarification here. Let me cut the cards a little bit more. Get some clarification and try to narrow down some of these areas we're talking about. So let's start with your current energy, the Queen of Pentacles. So this is you. And by the way, yes, it says Queen, but no gender identity there. You can, whichever way you identify, or whether if you're a male watching this, then yes, this energy is still you. And it's about your mastery and how you apply your energy, how you use your earth energy, your material, mundane security and resources. So our first clarification card, oh, I don't do up reversals, so let me fix this, is more Pentacles. Okay, you are in your element here, Taurus, but then like I said, we have a lot of earth energy going on. These Two of Pentacles, twos are about making decisions, making choices. And in this situation, you have a juggler. This guy is juggling 2 pentacles. So it could be that at work, or what you see as work, like on the weekends, it could be that you've got work at home you attend to. It could be talking about your 9-to-5 job. It could be talking about a side job that you have, a part-time job. It could be talking about a hobby that involves a lot of effort. But whatever it is, you're juggling something right now, and you're having to prioritize, and you're not sure, your priorities may be getting sort of mixed up. So it could be that although you've got mastery, you know how to prioritize, you know how to create your to-do list, you know how to schedule, you know how to make sure that you balance your work life. For some reason, you may not be using this mastery that you've developed. Something's distracting you, and you're going to have to make a choice, and you need to get yourself back into your talents and your strengths, what you shine with, and you shine with the earth element, managing your resources and your security and your work. So this tells us you've got to balance something and choose, set your priorities. Well, they're still coming out upside down. What am I doing? And we have, oh, yay, the 3 of Cups. Well, you know what? Your ruling planet, Venus, a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, moved in on May 7th, moved into Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. But now it moved into your 3rd house, which is about communication and social interaction. Well, here's some celebration with friends or with relatives that you see as friends. You hang out with them a lot. So this says that if you can get your energy balanced and you can get your focus back and set your priorities, make your choices, that things are going to go well. You'll be back in your queenly mastery in no time at all, and you're going to be able to celebrate with people that you love. So Cups and Cups. 2 happy little cards there. Let's do another clarification, see if it gets any more specific. And you have, oh, nice. Okay, this is your only major arcana card right now. The major arcana cards show longer lasting, more powerful energies than the other cards do. Whereas these may be just applying to the last week of May. And of course, we know time is fluid. With tarot, nailing down times is one of the most difficult things to do. And in a general reading, I could be talking about your recent past. I could be talking about your near future, something a little further down the line. But this major arcana card is something that is more long-lasting. And actually, I want to talk now about the flower moon eclipse, the full moon eclipse that occurred on May 5th, about 3 weeks ago. That happened in your 7th house of Scorpio. Now, eclipses force change. They force you out of your comfort zone. They make you let go of things, whether you want to or not. You may feel like it's a nice, cozy comfort. And eclipses don't care. If they think that it's not for your future, for your better purposes, then they're going to create situations that make you reevaluate and let go and try a new path or a new route, just because that is meant for you. It's meant for your development. So this eclipse, it looks like, and I want you to notice the golden positive background you've got there, the happiness, the sunshine. I'm thinking, the way I'm feeling with this is that the full moon eclipse gave you some strength. It gave you some strength to evaluate your life. Maybe look at some things you hadn't looked at closely before, and maybe perhaps in the areas of marriage and partnerships, maybe someone you work closely with, marriage, of course, or other close relationships you've got, and also about sharing and equality and your interpersonal style, how you relate to other people. And now I want you to see that this strength is not what we think of when we talk about forceful strength. This is more like divine strength. It's using your inner strength in a way to captivate and I don't want to say subjugate, and you're not bending. It's not that you're bending them to your will, but you are, in terms of interpersonal style, the way this feels is that you are learning that, you're Taurus the bull, and you can be domineering, and you can be stubborn, and you like getting your way. But notice that that's not coming out here. Yes, we've got Taurian strength, but this is Leo energy, and Leos are a little more playful. And I think what's happening with you is that you're going to be looking at your relationships, your interpersonal style, and you're going to find ways to be strong in a relationship and to express yourself. Because remember, Venus moved into your 3rd house, your communication sector, and Venus is about beauty and harmony. And those two influences, the eclipse and Venus, I think they want you to lead in a positive way. Lead by doing, and lead by showing a positive example, and not just bullying your way through things. So think about that. This is your current energy. This is what you can grow into with that eclipse. Now, eclipse energies last for 2 to 6 months, so this is going to be around a while, and it's something that you're learning and developing. But this tells me, since you have mastered so many of the skills and talents and resources at your disposal in your element, I think you've got the talent that it takes to do this. And this tells me that you're going to be successful with that. So there's your general energy, so what you've got to work with. And let's look at now at why Spirit wants you to focus on the 8 of Pentacles. Now, do you see that guy? He is so lost in his work. And look, he stacked up all these pentacles over here. How many is that? 6 over here. He's got another one he's going to work on here. He's working on his 7th pentacle there. And he's not even counting these. He's just stacked them up. They're even sort of haphazardly stacked. He's not showing a whole lot of vain, arrogant pride in his work. He's lost in it. He loves what he's doing. And Spirit wants you to take some of that into your focus area. And let's see now what a clarification card tells us more about this. Oh, look at these queens you got. You have 3 queens, right, side by side. And now this one is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is charming and lovely and a little bit flirtatious. The Wands are a fire energy. And they're full of energy. They inspire. They also like to plan, which you love, Taurus. You love to plan and be organized. So in this focus, They want you to use some queenly mastery. And, is it just about work? Or is this also about the new you that is going to emerge in a few months, where you're going to use charm more? So focus when you're using this newfound divine strength that you're working on, that you're practicing with and feeding it, nurturing it. They want you to use the Queen's energy for that and her inspiration. Yes, they want you to take this and apply it here. Very much so. So this is how you're going to focus on your, I don't want, maybe it's not a total transformation, but your growth, your development, your expansion, because that's what Jupiter is about, and it's in your first house. Okay, let's get more clarification on this. Temperance. You have some very nice, pleasant, mellow energy. This is very dynamic. That's very dynamic. But right through here, you have a lot of mellowness. So Spirit wants you, now Taurus is great at relaxing. You love to relax and indulge your five senses. They want you to temper that. Don't go to any extremes in any direction with your indulgence and your enjoyment of beauty and music and whatever helps you feel like whatever helps you beautify your surroundings. They want you to temper that. Moderation in all things, they're telling you. So focus on moderation. Again, and this card, this is about using your strength wisely and tempering your strength, not being the bull. And see how she's got her foot, one foot on land, one foot in water, to keep balance. Balance and moderation. And do you see how, you know what? Can you see that? Right here, all of a sudden the clouds passed over and it got a little dark in here. I am going to turn a lamp on. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, Taurus. Yes, we can see it better. Do you see how the angel is pouring the water from this cup to that one, and it's defying gravity? That's because in moderation, there is much power, much power. When you tap into your divine connections with spirit, God, the universe, however you see your spirit, your connection to spirit, when you tap into that and you find this divine strength, it's going to give you power you don't even realize that you have. Because when we think of power in this world, we think of the obvious things. But this is going to be more subtle power that you can use to master these different aspects of yourself to help you grow and expand. Very nice. Let's do one more clarification card. Oh, look, will you look at this? Cups. Okay, Venus, your ruler. Venus moved to Cancer, a water sign. And Venus is saying, I haven't forgotten you, Taurus. And I'm going to bring something into your life now. I'm going to bring some water into your life because Venus is going to be there for a little more than a month or so. And they want you to focus on this interpersonal style eclipse that happened with you in your marriage partnership, interpersonal style, sharing, etc. They want you to focus very much on that. And I think that what they want to do is smooth out your rough edges, help you refine yourself. Yes, I think that's exactly what they want. Yes, Taurus. People are going to see you in a different way by the time you complete this eclipse cycle here. Interesting. Okay. Well, what about in the House of Surprises? How is a truth going to surprise you? I'm wondering more about that. Remember, Queen of Swords, truth, character, principles. Oh, more cups. Yes, Venus is sending you a strong message. Your spirits are telling you that we need to get more balance in here. And now I want you to notice, this is another knight. Remember, knights love activity. They love to be given a mission. They want to go out on a quest, accomplish their mission, and bring back something that you can use to enhance your life, enhance your kingdom, your castle. And this night is bringing you an offer of love. They're saying, look what I found. I found something that's going to make us all happier. And remember, they want to guide you, because on this quest, they learned about emotions and love. And they want to help you use that. And that's what this night is here for. Notice it's a very slow-moving night. This one is very impulsive, quick thinker. But this night it's just about water. And it wants you to know how to introduce such fluidity into your life. How do you take something so movable that has no form? Well, earth is what gives water form. The reason that water looks like that is because you have land on each side that rises. Why do waterfalls look the way they do? Well, because you've got land that is a cliff or a drop, and the water pours over it. Why do we have this water down here that looks like a sea? Because there's a depression in the earth that's much, much larger, with the borders of that body of water have risen and contained the water, dammed it up. So this night is going to teach you that everything is not always as clearly well-defined as earth signs think it is. Earth signs are used to looking at a cliff and saying, that's cliff. And it's always going to look like a cliff. Look at the Grand Canyon. It takes millions of years for it to change, but for millions of years more, it's going to look like the Grand Canyon. And that's what Earth is used to. Call on it as they see it. They're very practical. But water is so movable and so mysterious. I mean, look at the ocean. Depths we have not even plumbed yet. A whole frontier out there in the depths of the ocean. So Venus, while they're in Cancer, you're going to learn here from this water energy, from this gift that's being offered you. You're going to find out how to relate to people in more fluid ways with this energy. A great gift you're being offered. And look at the guide you have. Okay, and look how this is going to end up, possible outcome. I don't need any more clarification with this. I think this made the message about the water very clear to me, very clear. You're going to learn how to work with a fluid element. And that fluid element is going to be happy to work with you because that fluid element needs you. Remember, it has no form if it doesn't have an earth element to help define it. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's look now at a spirit message. To me, this spirit is telling you that let's move it along here, Taurus. Let's move it along. Let's get started. And maybe you may not be planning as much as you usually do, but just trust and go with it. And this is not your comfort zone necessarily, but you're going to enjoy working with it, and you're going to enjoy working with a new you, this new side of you, and you're going to be able to celebrate and be fulfilled. But let's see what a clarification card tells us. Oh, now we have a King of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. So Spirit's telling you, if you are willing to be open-minded and accept this new opportunity for growth that Jupiter is giving you for a full year, and if you show good faith and good intentions, you've got to make that choice. You've got to use the talents you've already learned. You've come to the level of your mastery of your domain is quite evident, but maybe your domain is going to expand into more of a kingdom. So, and especially in the area of work, if you learn to lead with gentleness and lead as an example rather than as a more forceful authoritarian figure. And that's going to bring you to a new level of mastery where you are trusted by a larger group of people, and they follow your management and they appreciate your leadership style. And because of that, you're going to be able to provide security for a greater area, a greater territory than you have in the past. So setting your goals toward this new interpersonal style of leadership that's more fluid and has taps into emotions and affection and your creativity, trusting your creativity and your intuition, your subconscious, that is going to really help move you in your area of work, and you're going to accomplish some things that you didn't think you could, perhaps. Where did this surprises go? This was surprises. And I didn't talk about the surprising element of this. I was so interested in the fact that you had another night. Let's go back to the surprises here. And that must be why I said the word surprise, to bring me back over here. Okay, so this is what's going to, a truth is going to surprise you. And this truth is going to be related to this new aspect of you. And yes, I think it's because you're going to surprise yourself. You have been so wrapped up in your identity as an earthy, practical, get the job done kind of person, that when all of this water energy, all of this fluidity and emotion and affection and caring, and I'm not saying you're cold, Taurus, I'm just saying you don't show it like water signs do. And when you learn to exercise a strength that brings people towards you rather than forcing them to follow you just because of a role of whatever leader, when you learn to use that, it's going to surprise you. The night's going to show you the way, and you're going to realize something about yourself that, yes, you have something else in you that you haven't expressed so far, and you're going to learn to express it. So that's the surprise, but let's go back to this, because this brings us right back to the work arena. Do you see this 7? 7s like to stop and reevaluate and analyze the situation. And the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, we had the 2 of Pentacles here, making a choice, work-life balance thing. We had the Queen of Pentacles. You've become pretty good at using all of your resources and keeping your security and helping maintain a secure lifestyle. And this guy is saying, well, I love to work. Do I want to keep working in the same way I've been working? So the Spirit's message here is, look at how you got these 6 Pentacles here. Do you want to keep getting them in the same way? Do you want to keep using them in the same way? What do you have to learn about your work? And he's reflecting. So the 7s love to reflect and learn from a situation so they can tweak it and maybe take a little bit of a new direction. And that is what Spirit's telling you to do. They want you in your work. You may love it, and you get lost in it, but they want you to look at it maybe from a different perspective, reflect on it, and see if you bring some of this fluid energy in, fluid energy in, that maybe you can produce pentacles of a new quality, or more pentacles, or pentacles that other people like as much as you like, and still be as effective and maybe even more effective, definitely more effective. What else in the Spirit messages here? Oh, 2 of Wands. Okay, this is related here to your Queen of Wands. Your Queen of Wands, remember, has a lot of energy and spirit and creativity and inspiration. And you have a man here who's very comfortable in his lifestyle. He's very well off. He obviously lives in a nice estate with a balcony overlooking a beautiful scene. And you see how this wand right here is attached to the wall of his balcony, to the wall of his estate. But yet he holds this other one forward. Like, I'm willing to take a step out of my comfort zone here. I'm willing to leave this security. Even though I have the world in my hands, maybe this world out here is going to feel even better. And I'm willing to give it a try. And there's always that, when you take, like they say with the Fool, a leap of faith, there's always that little gap when you step in the new place and your foot leaves the old place. That's a gap of insecurity there. And until you get both feet on the new ground, it's out of your comfort zone. It doesn't feel all that good sometimes. But the wands are telling you, you can enjoy this. You can be inspired. It doesn't have to be scary. You can be inspired to do this. And if you accept it with a good attitude, okay? And remember, the Jupiter just moved into your first house, which affects your attitude, and it wants you to grow and expand in that area. Okay, let's get to the happy ending here. Happy ending. What are you moving toward? You are moving toward fulfillment, and fulfillment that includes this new side of you. Well, where did it go? New side of you that you're willing to learn so that your true strength emerges, Taurus. What's a clarification we get here? I almost hate to clarify the Nine of Cups. It's so good. However, this is great. You now have 2 aces here. The hand of God reaching out toward you twice to offer you a gift of love and affection, and a gift of inspiration. So this Queen and this 2, they're saying, yep, you're going to have to do this. You're going to want to do this. You're going to love it. You're going to be inspired. We're going to give you energy to do it, and we're going to keep you inspired, and we're going to help you plan as well. So you're going to reach out and take this from the hand of God. Same thing with this offer here. You're going to take both of these gifts, and you're going to start working on that part of you that is going to bring you a greater kingdom, a place where you can show your mastery in even better ways with people that are seeing that new side of you, and they want to be with you. They want to follow you. They want to follow your leadership. Okay, I'm going to leave this at this reading the way it is, because I think we understand that Spirit wants to help you meet that full moon eclipse that happened, and meet the challenges of the transformation, the purging, the letting go of some old ways that you may be ready to shed, so that you can move toward some new ways. And it must be that time in life, Taurus, or at least for some of you, it must be that time in life when you are obviously ready to grow and develop in a new manner. Well, I'm going to now pull 3 cards from this oracle deck. Oh, I've already shuffled these. All I need to do is cut. And we want to find out if there's any last messages that Spirit wants to give you that will sort of pull this reading together. Anything else they have to tell us that these oracle cards will help clarify or help with focus. And we get one here called status. Oh, of course, because all that activity in your first house about your outward appearance, your outward, how people identify you and see you, your status, your appearance, first impressions. And notice that's in the focus area. This is where you need to be focusing and create this new outward identity. And that's going to be inward strength too. That's divine strength. And then we've also got this card here, bluff. I'm going to have to read about that. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I mean, intuitively, we can say putting on, maybe before you learn a skill, fake it till you make it, perhaps, where you're bluffing. So on your new path of enlightenment and your new awakening, maybe before you don't quite feel like this yet, but you're going to bluff a little bit and fake it till you make it. Well, I'll read about that one. And then we have caution. And caution was this knight right here. Where did that knight go? Where's my Knight of Cups? Oh, here in the surprise. Well, Taurus, you're cautious anyway. That's part of who you are. You tend to be cautious. Sometimes it sort of turns into a little bit of indolence, where you're enjoying your creature comforts a little too much, while you maybe pretend to yourself that you're really thinking about something and planning, when maybe really you're just enjoying your sensuous comforts there. But the Knight of Cups moves much more slowly than our other Knight of Swords did, so that would involve some caution as well. Okay, well, let me read about bluff and see what we have. And bluff is Jupiter. Okay, yeah, Jupiter. And Jupiter in Gemini. Because Geminis are fast talkers. And if anyone can bluff, it's Gemini. They can make you believe anything. Charm you. Okay, that's Jupiter in Gemini, so let me find Jupiter here and move over to Gemini and see what they tell us. Okay, Jupiter and Gemini, bluff. In a reading, this card indicates a need to, this card indicates a need to throw oneself into an unfamiliar situation. Aha, yeah, fake it till you make it. Or a new challenge, and use one's wits to bluff through the first stage. Oh, I love this card. I love it. Yes, Taurus, you be more of a Gemini here. This is not as dishonest an approach as it may sound. A brain surgeon has to make the first operation as confidently as the 50th. Okay, so when you're learning this new leadership style, Taurus, you are going to be put in positions where the team you're leading may be counting on you for a decision, and you may feel as unsure as they do, but you're going to have to draw on your confidence and draw on all of the help of your spirit guides here, and you're going to have to bluff it. And the thing is, notice how this fell in your area of surprises. I think you're going to be shocked at yourself. You're going to say, did I just say that? That sounded pretty good. Look at them. They're all listening to me. Everybody likes my idea. I didn't realize it was that good till I said it out loud. You are going to be surprised how this is going to help you grow and gain confidence and realize that you're more skilled than you think you are. Well, Taurus, this is it for this reading. It looks like you've got a really great path that you're starting out on, and I'll be posting the monthly readings for June next week. And in the meantime, I hope you were able to connect with some of this and that you found it insightful and it's helpful to you. Thank you so much for clicking on this reading. And if you liked what you heard and saw, then please consider perhaps following or subscribing to the channel and giving it a thumbs up. Thank you again, and I hope to see you again.